I am so happy to do this video because I just want to talk to you guys on top 10 beauty hacks that I find very bizarre. What were you guys thinking, or what was that person thinking of? Hey beauties, hope you're all having a very wonderful time. Merry Christmas from anywhere or any part of the world where you're watching this video from. I am so happy to do this video because I just want to talk to you guys on top 10 beauty hacks that I find very bizarre. What were you guys thinking, or what was that person thinking of? I'm just going to give you a lowdown. Some are quite okay, some are gross, some are I would never do that. I just want you guys to let me know the position where you are on any of those topics. And I have top 10 things that I'm going to talk about and you don't want to miss anything. So let's just jump into number one. Number one is not entirely bad in itself. There's nothing wrong. But like I said, there are beauty hacks. Beauty hacks being okay, DIY stuff or shortcuts, or if I don't have this thing, what can I use in this state? That kind of thing, hacks or whatever you can use instead of doing the normal way. So the top or the number one thing I want to talk about is using tea to tint your lace. For many people that wear wigs, we all know that anytime you want to wear a wig, be it a frontal wig or a closure wig, it comes with a lace. I'm wearing a wig right now and this is the closure wig. Frontal wigs are the ones that the frontal covers from here to here, usually by the 13x4 measurement. So it comes with a net, and before you can wear it to look like your skin, you have to actually bleach it so that it looks like it's growing out of your scalp. A wig is best when it has the illusion that it's growing out of your scalp. So there are bleach products in the market. They are to bleach a wig or to color or tint a lace wig, you need to use the bleaching powder and a developer, the hydrogen peroxide, to mix these two stuff together before you can bleach your wig. But I heard these days, if you don't want to use the bleach, or if you don't have a bleach, just use your black tea. Guys, I have never thought of that. Maybe because I am kind of a journalist in my own way, so I have nose for news. Anytime I go to the market or to the salon, I hear different things that people use, and I'll be I thought I was the queen of DIY. What are you guys thinking? How would you even do that? So that is not bad. I'm coming to the very, very serious stuff, but let's just start from this on serious ones. There's nothing bad. You can use black tea to tint your lace if you think it's going to work for you. I will never do it because I would never want to play or experiment with my hair, but if it works, why not? So people that use it say that you should just brew 3 to 4 tea bags, of course in hot water, so that it steep properly and you get your black tea out of it. And they say you should leave it to cool lukewarm before you soak your lace wig into it. People swear, or those that have tried it swear, that it really works. So if you don't have a bleach or you don't have a developer, you might want to try it. I didn't say you should try it, but this is something I have heard, and I don't know if you want to try it, if you want to mess with your hair or something like that. But who knows? I heard it and I'm telling you guys. So this is just for gist purposes, right? Number two, I knew this 5 years ago. Someone just came to me, and that was when I used to actively do makeup, makeup, really do makeup. These days I find it difficult to sit down to do makeup on my face. Forget the makeup you're seeing on my face. I find it difficult to sit down to do makeup. 24 hours is not usually enough for me. But when I was actively doing makeup, people said that if I want to apply my eyeshadow, especially the glitters eyeshadow, there's a glitter glue you use, right? So people say that if you don't have the glitter glue, which helps to put and secure the glitters eyeshadow, especially on your eyes, you can use hand sanitizer. I will not lie, I have tried this before because I was quite curious and I wanted to see how well it would work. I tried it back in the days and it might look bizarre because I'm someone that takes my hand sanitizer everywhere I go to. In each handbag I have or I like using my hand sanitizers a lot. So I just grabbed my hand sanitizer and I tried it and it actually worked. It was a bit peppery, so I won't advise you to use it. But sometimes even the glitter glue can kind of be pepper in your eyes as well. So I don't know, maybe it's the product that is in the hand sanitizer that is also present in the glitter glue. So it depends on you. Can you try it? Can you use hand sanitizer for your eyeshadow? Number 3 is coffee for dyeing your hair. This is similar to number 1 point of you using black tea for your lace, and it's almost the same thing. I have heard that you can use coffee for your hair if you want to dye your hair. I don't know how well it will stay though. I don't know the color you are looking to achieve, but if you're looking to achieve like the honey brownish kind of tint, you might want to consider it really. Like people say that if you don't have enough money or if you don't have enough dye, just buy that small coffee pot and like soak it in a lot of hot water. Not like very, not the amount definitely won't be a lot. You can use like about 2 ounces of water, and definitely with that kind of amount you'll be sure that you have enough consistency to like dye your hair. So if you want to dye your hair, do you consider using coffee for your hair? Do you want to use like the normal dye you use on a normal day? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Number 4 is using Coke for your hair. Everybody would think that, Tommy, you don't have a right to talk about this topic, because in the past, I know like about 2 years ago when I started my channel, I was very big on adventures and I like to try stuff. I just said recently that I also tried the hand sanitizer thing on my eyelids to apply my eyeshadow, and the same thing happened because I heard, or there was a trend then, that if you use Coke for your hair, to make it less frizzy, to make it coily. I wanted to try it out for you guys before you guys take the plunge, and I did it. I did the Coke thing. I actually poured a lot of Coke in my hair to try it out and see whether it was going to curl. My hair is falsely kinky African hair, so maybe it doesn't apply in this case. But from what I have heard, if you want to curl your hair and you don't want to use coiling wands, or you don't want to use the hot tongs or something, pour in enough Coke, about 2 bottles, or let me just say 1 liter of Coke in your hair. They say to make your hair curl. So do you want to try it? A lot of people said that, or I received a lot of backlash then, that why would I pour Coke in my hair, this, that. A lot of people like gave me like the very hot like treatment, and I was like, guys, you guys drink Coke. Which one is better, drinking Coke or pouring Coke in your hair? No. So you guys tell me, which one will you rather do? Drinking Coke or pouring Coke in your hair? For me, I felt if I can drink Coke, why shouldn't I be able to pour it on my hair? Like, it's just my hair, right? Number 5, I'm getting to the very serious things now. I believe we're all adults and we all see all these things, but there should be like, personally, I just believe there should be like a benchmark or somewhere where I can stop. For one, I always tell people that I am so much of a DIY person. I like to try stuff. When I hear things, I like to try it, but I know where I should put my peg on. I know my limits. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I might try things for my skin. I can try things for my hair, but I want to know the products I'm actually using. If I think it's okay, I will try it. But this leads me to the number 5 thing that I think is one of the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. I know a lot of people are trying to like whiten or lighten their skin these days, and personally, even though I am dark skinned, I don't have anything against you. If you choose to lighten your skin, everybody has their reasons for doing it. But even if you want to do it, please do it the right way. Unfortunately, I don't even know the right way. I believe there are like products you can use, like homemade products that you can use to glow your skin and all that. I won't come on here to talk about anybody or to downplay anybody that is trying to lighten or whiten our skin. Like I said, we all have our histories, we all have our reasons and all that. But what I'll talk about is like some bizarre ways that I think should not be considered at all. You know the bleach for like your hair, when you want to bleach your wig, there's a bleach you use, the bleach and the developer that you mix together to give your hair that light color. I hear that if you want to lighten your skin, people are using that same bleach for their skin. I heard it and I was like, what? I was talking with someone some days ago and there was a video that went viral. I'm sure people will remember this video if you stay in Nigeria, about a lady that was in the bathtub, and I don't know the chemical that was poured on her skin, but instantly as they poured that chemical, you could see the melanin lifting off and she was turning to white instantly. And I was like, what is this? Like, I was so surprised. A lot of people tagged me on that video because they know that I talk about stuff like this and everything. And I was like, well, even if you want to lighten your skin, I would advise you do it the right way. I don't know how well this will sit, but bleach for your hair, like guys, bleach for your hair on your skin, I won't subscribe to that at all. Like, count me out. I am not a party to that at all. Like, for the fear of cancer and all those other things you don't even want to know, please. Then the worst is when you do it for children. I hear these days that people are actually like, okay, I want my child to grow up light-skinned, and you're putting bleach on a 2-year-old. Please, I beg you in the name of God, stop it. If that child grows up and she wants to be light skinned, that's a different matter entirely. Like, I won't even advise my daughter to do that to start with, but like I tell people, I don't want to like downplay on anybody's intentions, but if there's a right way to doing these things, by all means guys, go out for the right ways. Don't use bleach on your skin. Bleach for the hair is not supposed to be for the skin. I don't think this is a very good hack to start with. Another bleach I hear that people use is bleach for toilets. You know, the bleach that you use in whitening your toilet, people use it for their skin, like for their skin. I'm sorry, but I don't want to like talk down on anybody. I really do not know the reasons why they are doing it. Some people have been bullied, some people have been like, I don't know. So I'm very careful when it comes to this topic. So just know the right thing you should use. I hear there are different ways you can also lighten your skin, which seem to be like better, even though I'm not lightening my skin. But don't go to the extent of using bleach, for God's sake. Even if that eventual thing you're looking for might be worse off than the reason why you're trying to bleach your skin in the first place. Skin cancer, many other things are there. When people have accidents, it might be difficult to like attach or do skin grafting when the person has bleached her skin very much. So please try to run away from this. Some other hacks I can try, but for these skin lightening ones, sorry, count me out. I'd rather pass on this. Number 6, like, this is so funny, but it's not funny at the same time. I am someone that I talk about how to like remove hair from your body and all those kind of things. I talk about home remedies for hair removal, waxing and all that. I wax every now and then. I don't like to see hair and everything, underarms, everywhere. I wax most times, and I use home remedies to like make sure that it goes away and it doesn't come back for a long time. But the one I heard, like, I was like, seriously? Someone said if you use super glue for waxing, it will totally remove the hair and it won't grow again. Like, whoever has tried this thing, I don't know. Whoever brought this up, I don't know. But super glue, even doing my nails, when the super glue like kind of like sticks on like 2 fingers, I start having a panic attack, like, oh, my fingers won't be stuck like that forever. Like, I try to like separate it almost immediately so that it won't be stuck. So now using super glue on your underarm to like wax, please guys, it's not that serious. It's not that serious, please. Nobody is saying that you shouldn't have hair underneath there or whatever. It's not that serious. Please don't go to the extent of using super glue. And what advice is, why would you use super glue? I heard this and I was like, no, please, it's a joke. And the person was like, yes, seriously, people use super glue. Super glue? I don't know how they do it, but count me out of that one. 7. There's no need to like elaborate too much of these things. I'm just trying to tell you that these are the things I am hearing, or these are the things I have heard. I heard that if you want your teeth to be white, you should use engine oil. Like, I heard some of these things and I'm like, seriously, is it that bad? And you know, please leave my teeth like that. My teeth are usually white, but I remember that I used, like, okay, when I had a baby recently, I underwent CS, and my CS story is a different story for another day. I was in a lot of pain for like 3 weeks because of several complications and all that. So they gave me intense drugs, and they told me some of the side effects was like it was going to make my teeth yellow. I know there are some drugs that you use that can like change the color of your teeth. Like growing up too, there was this medication we used to use, the tetracycline. If you use tetracycline before a certain age, trust me, your teeth will turn yellow. Doctors told me, but I never even knew until when I eventually asked, and they said it's actually true. There are some side effects to some medication, but it's not that serious. I would rather go for some other methods for teeth whitening. When I'm ready, my teeth will become very white after some time, I know. But I won't use engine oil to whiten my teeth. It's not that serious, trust me. Let the teeth be like that. I'll pass on that one. Even if the teeth wants to be like very thick yellow, let it be yellow. Let it be brown. I don't care. But engine oil, no, I don't want engine oil on my teeth. Not at all. So if you want to have long hair, I'm coming to this one. On this channel, you know that I have preached on how to have long hair. I'm sure somebody will be wondering, like, how come you're talking about this thing? You talk about how to do all these things, there are remedies you give. How come you're the same person talking about this thing? I will give you the ones I know and what I have tried. I won't go through the extreme measures, trust me. This is not too extreme in itself, but for me, I just find it gross. Someone said if you want to have long hair, you should use snail slime on your hair. Snail slime, you know snails are very slippery. So that slippery stuff in snail, they said you should just grab it and you should use it on your hair as much as you can, and your hair will be very long. I know these days people use snail slime on their faces for facials and everything, but Maybe it's just me. There are some things I like, there are some things I don't like. Like for me, I don't like the smell of raw eggs. So in as much as I like to use raw eggs for my hair, I try to mix it with other things so that I don't really smell that rawness of the egg. So it's almost the same thing for me when they tell me about using snail slime. That is not totally dangerous, but for me it's gross, and I just wanted to like tell you guys, would you do it if you want to have long hair? Can you use snail slime for both your hair and your face? Let me know in the comment section. Number 9, I'm getting to the peak of the whole thing. Number 9, if you want to have pink lips, I hear that you can use pink watercolor. I just hear these things and I'm like, who came up with this? Pink watercolor, of course, you know the watercolor stuff, or like the crayons that kids use in playing. They say if you want to have pink lips, just keep applying the watercolor on your lips and your lips will turn pink. Someone even said that sometimes people that buy all this pink lip balm and all that to make their lips pink, you don't know that there's pink watercolor in it. So before you try the next pink treatment, whatever, be sure of the ingredients it has in it. I'm not sure if pink watercolor will make your lips pink. I don't know how that will work, but you might want to check what you're using for your lips at the end of the day. I'll rather subscribe to natural things you can use, like beetroots, like doing a sugar scrub on your lips. That I can like attest to, that I know, but pink watercolor, count me out, please. And lastly, this is just like the one I talked about before. I heard if you want to do extreme skin whitening, which is so popular right now, if you don't use any of the methods that people are using, the injections, the machines and all that, go and look for original crude oil, like the real raw crude oil. I don't know how people do that. I hear that is part of what they mix with some of these chemicals. Like, so someone told me that if you have access to the real crude oil, like not the refined one. No, I'm not talking about the gasoline and all those refined ones used for your cars. I'm talking about the real raw crude oil that they mine, like as fresh as it gets from like underneath the soil. I hear if you pour it on your skin will turn white. Like, how would you want to do that? That is like acid. Are you sure if you pour that on your skin, it will start melting? Who does that? Who did it? Who tried it in the first case? Like I said, I'm not against skin whitening. No. If you want to do it, that's by all means do it. But don't let anybody pester you, or don't let anybody push you to go and do some of these extreme things that will bite you in the long run. They will not be there when you are suffering from the consequences of this extreme measure. So please don't do it. Crude oil, like why? Please don't do it. It's like acidic. I think it's too acidic. It's very hot. I heard like when it's coming out from like underground or something, it's really hot. So don't pour it. Where would you even have? How would you even have access to crude oil, like unrefined crude oil, that raw one? If you see, I don't know, but I'd rather use it. I'd rather have that like turn into money, not on my skin. So guys, please, I know that many of us look for hacks these days, DIYs. Check it properly before you succumb to that pressure or anything that will make you want to try any of these extreme things in the first case. If you can, ask a skincare specialist. If you can, ask a specialist. Ask someone that knows a lot about these topics. Don't just go to any place because you hear that they have a lot of success rates. Some of the things they are doing might not be so ideal. I talk about DIY, but please, even what I do, I know I have everybody or people check me every now and then that, are you sure this will work? Are you sure this is okay for me and all that? It's not bad if you do that. It's your life, it's your body. So if you have to question anybody, kindly question whatever you are being told to do or whatever you are being asked to apply on your skin or your hair or anything like that. They won't be there when you are suffering from the They will not be there when you are suffering from this. They will not be there when you are suffering from this. Oh my god. So guys, these are the top 10 things I wanted to share with you today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I know I've gotten a lot of backlash in the past for some things I also told some people to do, but I won't go to these extreme things. Personally, I will not do it. So I just wanted to share these things with you today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share, don't forget to thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel because more videos like this await you. I hope to see you in subsequent ones. Just stay beautiful, just stay fashionable, and stay blessed. Bye.